Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to play Roblox Demonology. When you first join the game, this should be your default loading screen, or it might not be because you will have to do the tutorial. From memory, back when I started, the tutorial was optional. If it's not, then it'll basically tell you most of the stuff but I will be giving you extra details and information that the game won't. For example, there are up to 5 players that you can play with, being anyone you want, friends, family, anyone. There's equipment, job sites, perks, and, well, the settings. The equipment, you'll start with basically all of this stuff right here. You'll start with all of this, but you can actually purchase extra if you're playing with multiple friends. So, if you have multiple friends, you can buy an extra thermometer, spirit box, or spirit book, which will allow you to have extra items, and if you're more cautious, you can buy extra stuff, just if you're more cautious. But if you don't need it, I don't recommend buying it if you don't need it. But I do recommend buying stuff like the crosses, the photo camera, and the salt canister. You can't obtain a lot of these until you reach a certain level though, sadly enough. But all of this stuff from video camera all the way to blacklight, I can guarantee you will be able to obtain. All the rest of this right here, you have to purchase. I recommend always getting at least 1 salt canister, a photo camera, and 2 crosses. The crosses, I will show you how they work later in the video. The job site varies from small to medium to large. Certain job sites you won't be able to unlock just yet because you have to get to different levels. As you can see, I will go back here. As you can see, I'm currently level 16, so I have a lot more stuff unlocked than most beginner players. I'm rather new myself, but I have played probably for about a few months now, so relatively new. It's one of my favourite games and I really recommend it. Juniper Road is probably the best map to play on. It doesn't really matter what difficulty you do it on. Easy just makes it, well, easy. I recommend doing Nightmare because that basically just makes the game more difficult and enjoyable, as well as you get more money and it's a lot cooler as well. There are also perks like buffs. For example, double stamina, you get to run faster, you get an extra inventory slot, or 2 times stamina regen. I always recommend 100% of the time getting crosses burned twice. Your cost will add up, but as well as they're also temporary, then they're not always going to be active. You have to, every time you play a new round, you have to reactivate them and rebuy them, or else you'll just be playing with the default items. It also costs every game, so it'll cost you about 175 just for these basic items like the 2 crosses, salt canister, and a photo camera. That costs about $175 as it will show right here. You don't immediately buy it, you just have it saved like that, and when you ready up and start a game, it'll take it from your balance. Now that I'm in the game, I always recommend going straight for the crosses and the salt canister. There's also objectives right here. It's not always going to be the same objectives, it's always going to be different. It can be anything from identifying the ghost, the correct ghost type. Number 1 will always be the same, identifying the correct ghost type. Have a member of your team experience a ghost event, uncover the evidence of a ghost presence with an EMF reader, and the rest of that. That's pretty basic stuff. It won't always be the same. But when you start the game, you'll basically, everything will be in the dark. You won't be able to see. So I really recommend going straight to find the fuse box, so you can turn on every light in the house. If you have the 2 crosses as well as salt, I highly recommend. Oh, the cross just got burned. Whenever the cross burns, that means that a ghost has just tried to attack you, but it's just saved you. There's also holy water, which will basically set fires whenever there's a ghost attack, actual ghost attack that happens. The salt right here that I'm placing down, it allows you to basically see where the ghost is. It'll basically put a little dent in where the salt is, like a footprint. I recommend... Oh, there's the cross again. Ghost ghosts can be quite aggressive depending on what type of ghost they are. You always have to have the thermometer on you. If it's a single player, always keep the thermometer on you at all times. You need the thermometer to find where the ghost is, or what room the ghost is in. It's very crucial to the part of the game, as well as just being able to survive. Whenever flashing happens, immediately equip your EMF, which is this little gadget right here. And if it gets to 5, as you can see the red light's currently lit up, that means it's EMF 5. So go into your journal and immediately mark that off by interacting with this one right here. Also, I recommend taking photos with the camera of like the burnt cross, any of like the supernatural events that happen in the game. I will now show you how to use the video camera. The video camera will allow you to see where the ghost basically is, in a way. If you see a little orb floating around, then that is the ghost orb. Pretty self-explanatory, but... Oh, there's also that event. Not always guaranteed that you'll see it, but as you can see right here, the ghost orb is right there. Which means that is most likely in this room. Yeah, as you can see, it's 12 degrees right here. So I'm going to go over here, get the inscription book, and take that over here. You should always bring all of your items into the ghost room so you can get a better chance at figuring out what ghost it is. This little doohickey right here, the laser projector, as you can see, it puts green dots all over the room, but it also will allow the ghost to appear in your room that it's in. So you can find it, and you just need to mark it down as well, if it does appear. The black light you will have to use on the sand, or the salt, whatever you want to call it. I recommend checking for it. If no print appears, like you can see right here, no print has currently appeared, just drop it, you don't need it anymore. But take a photo of it. Then, when you go into photos right here, 3 stars mean that you get more money. 1 star, you don't get nearly as much money as a 3-star. That yell that you heard just then is a ghost hunt, meaning that the ghost is currently attacking you. And as you can see, the lights are flashing, and the ghost is right there. Ghosts can tend to be very aggressive, depending on what ghost they are. You can also bait the ghost, depending if you're lucky. You can run around like that little dining room table and like juke it out. I don't really recommend doing that. I've had a lot of bad experiences with that, and have lost quite a few times. As you can see, once everything stops flashing, lights stop flickering, nothing bad's happening anymore. But oh, is that an inscription? No. Inscriptions, basically what will happen is you'll see it lift up just like you can see it right here. Does that count? No, that doesn't. You'll see it lift up right here, and a little pen will appear above it, and it'll start writing. A squiggly lines and writing will appear on it. Drawings of a face. It really does change sometimes, so you can never really know. Oh yeah, it can also throw around stuff. And there's also freezing temps. One way to figure out if it's freezing is when it gets to the negatives, or if you see your breath. So if you see a little mist appearing around you, that would be your breath, and I recommend quickly getting the thermometer, running over to check it out, so you can know whether it is or not. Currently, we have EMF level 5 and ghost orbs. So when you can guarantee one of these, then it'll basically narrow it down by making all of them disappear and go grey. The ones that are still coloured in and are like this, you know it's them, one of them. As you can see right here, the spirit box will allow you to communicate with the ghost. And, well, as you saw just then, it just started a ghost hunt. When a ghost hunt happens, you can't actually communicate with it, annoyingly. But you can still try and do other nifty things just after the ghost hunt. Like, there's a cool little chat command that you can do when holding it and having it active called show yourself. You type that in chat and half the time a ghost event will happen. So if I do that right there, I'm going to wait until after this ghost hunt finishes. Wait for this guy to finish off his hunt. There we go. If I do show yourself. Or you can just tap this non-stop. When it talks back to you, you'll hear a eerie voice. If it's female, ooh. There you go. You heard the spirit box as you just heard just then. Now, once there's only one left, you already know what it is, so you can mark that off by interacting with it there. And you basically have that done. I don't recommend immediately running for the door to quickly finish it off. You can if you want to, but most of the time I will stay back a little bit so I can get extra interactions with the camera so I can make more money. As you can see, I only have 3 here. There's also a second page right here, which will allow you to get up to 12 photos. The more photos, the better. I think there's a max, from memory, there's a max cap on how much money you can make from this. But it's always fun to just get extra photos and brag to your friends about it. Especially the 3-star photos. The more 3-star photos that you get, the better. I always recommend trying your best to absolutely complete all of these objectives. Now, once you've marked off what the ghost is and you're 100% sure, then go over to the team truck and finish off the job. Once you beat the game, or if you complete it, you'll see something like this. As you see, this will appear when you've leveled up. Not really that important. But you can have a look right above here on this little information item. Basically, it'll show you how much time it's taken, how much ghost events you survived, how many hunts it's happened, ghost kills, and room changes. EMF 5, Spirit Box 1, Ghost Orb 1, how many times you've seen it. It'll show you all of the paycheck breakdown, like it just said there. It'll show you how much you earn. Burnt cross, disturbed salt. You get more money when you capture a photo of the ghost, purely because it's one of the hardest things to do, and it's one of the most sketchy and dangerous. But yeah, that's all you need to know for demonology. Thank you for watching and have a great day.